We're with Steve Murray at the Heart Beets Farm, which is an organic farm here in Berkley. So tell us the history of the farm.
Okay, so Heart Beets Farm started in 2014. We started on one rented piece, which is here. This is at 181 Bayview Ave, which is our main location. Since then, we've expanded to 4 locations. We manage about 50 acres and produce on 10 to 12 acres a year. So it's several, like 100,000 pounds of food.
Wow. What did you do before that?
Before that, I farmed, but I farmed for someone else. And way before that, I worked in acoustics. So
Acoustics?
Not at a direct line to get to one to the other, but
What drew you to farming?
doing something. I saw an opportunity to work on a farm, and I took it, and I've been continuing to do it.
Well, what do you love about it?
I love the tangibility. So the fact that we actually produce something that people require in their day-to-day lives to continue living.
Yeah.
It's really nice just to be able to go outside, work with my hands, and work with people and produce something that's enjoyed.
Were you an organic farm from the beginning?
From the beginning, yes. This property has been certified since 2007.
Okay.
And we've slowly added properties to that list, including last year, another property on Berkley Street.
So what do you grow?
It's easier to list the things that we don't grow. So
okay.
We don't grow sweet corn, and we usually don't grow melons or other typical fruit. So meaning like strawberries or blueberries. But we do grow tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, peppers, hot peppers, butternut squash, delicata squash, spinach, lettuce, turnips, watermelon radishes, lettuce. We're pretty well known in the area for our sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And we also try to keep up with like some regular other stuff. So onions, potatoes, carrots, garlic. Mm-hmm. So
Are beets a big crop for you?
beets, I know the name, right?
Yeah.
So I think I tend to deal with life with humor. So puns is one way to do that. So
Okay.
last year we donated 6,000 pounds of beets to both Rhode Island and also to Wareham. So food donation is also a large portion of what we do. We probably hit maybe 50,000 pounds last year of food donated.
How do you sell your products?
So the main way to buy our products is by joining one of our vegetable box subscription programs. So it starts in this, well, technically it started in January. So
really?
We have a winter box subscription program that's 12 weeks. And that ranges anywhere from 5 items a week to 13 items a week. And you come once a week to the farm, and it's farmer's choice. So you kind of take what I provide you. Mm-hmm. But we do have trade bins. So if you know, I hate radishes. Mm-hmm. All right, trade out the radishes for something you're going to eat.
Okay.
Our next program, because winter is already sold out, is in spring, and that starts April 20th. And it's a 6-week subscription program. And that still ranges like 5 to 12 items. Mm-hmm. So that's the main way. We also have a virtual farm stand, and this year we're reopening up our physical farm stand. So during COVID, we kind of shut the regular farm stand down, but we're going to be building a new structure for in-person, so people can just drive onto the property and buy all said vegetables that we already mentioned.
Okay, so that's going to be on this property?
It's going to be on this property, right at the top, right at 181.
During the winter, you have a lot of greenhouses, I see.
We do.
So are you growing seedlings all year long? Are you growing other things all year long?
The propagation house, I was actually just in it mixing some soil. So it turns on Monday, so when I turn the heat on. But otherwise, we have 8 unheated high tunnels. So that gives us the ability to kind of hold on to vegetables. So I wouldn't say in January that we're growing very many things, because we're just we're trying not to, we're keeping them from not dying.
And what else do you have in the spring?
In the spring, we have green garlic, which is essentially just like baby garlic, scallions, all the greens we just mentioned. Plus, we have a large amount of storage crops that will continue growing or continue providing. So we'll still have a few thousand pounds of sweet potatoes, carrots, beets, carrots that were harvested last fall, and we keep into the coolers and distribute until we have the next round in the summer.
Okay, so all those root vegetables you can basically sell most of the winter then into the spring.
Exactly, yep. Mm-hmm. Just got to keep the right temperature and, trying to harvest at the right time. So our fall carrots, we wait until they have a significant amount of frost on them, which helps sweeten them up.
Oh, regenerative farming. Is that something that you do, or?
Our way of going about things is we take a soil test every year from all the different properties that we manage and all the different greenhouses. We get the test results back and we see, okay, we are short on calcium, we are short on boron, we're short on molybdenum, or we're not, or we're doing great. And we address all of those shortages. So, if there is not enough copper in the soil, which is important for plant health, then we will provide copper in the correct amounts. Now, on top of just supplying the mineral nutrients, we're also applying biology. So that means that, I just talked about turning on the seedling house. So when we go to seed, we're actually applying beneficial microbes to the seed. Because some of those ones, like there's some fungal beneficials that need to be present upon germination. And they create this like lifelong relationship that's beneficial to both. We also do cover cropping, which is essentially just a non-cash crop. So in the spring, about 30% of our fields aren't needed until June or July. So that 30% is going to get a spring cover crop. So that's like oats and peas and vetch. So that is just allowed to grow, and then we mow it, and then we turn it back in. So essentially it's just like feeding the soil that way.
Excellent.
And then vice versa, in the fall, when we get around to it, we'll plant winter rye or any number of cover crops for that season as well.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, there's compost as well. So
Yeah.
When available, we put that down too.
Yeah.
And insects. We apply lots of insects. So from lacewing bugs to lady beetles to beneficial nematodes, kind of the whole range.
So they keep the bad bugs.
Yeah, we
and
try to play
parasites.
biology with biology. So yeah, if we're having aphid problems in one of our tunnels, first we'd say what time of year is it? Is it been overwintering and things just warmed up, but we haven't actually had time to irrigate? So there's a lot of free nitrogen in the plants, what the aphids love. Do we need to irrigate? Is it warm enough to release beneficial insects to kind of counteract the unwanted insects? So we try to have what's essentially called a IPM plan, an integrated pest management plan. So it's about culturally improving things for the plants that you want to have healthy, and also bringing in fighters on your side that'll also do it.
A lot of science involved.
Yes, there's a lot. There's a lot of management.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the biggest challenge of running a farm?
Straight, just like in the field production, is probably the weather. But that can often be the most stressful thing, especially when hurricane season starts up. And you start watching and making sure that, or crossing your fingers, hoping that the hurricane doesn't move into the path. Again, we have 9 greenhouses, so you have to start thinking about what the impacts of a 75 mile an hour wind gust would be on the tunnels. Management-wise, trying to balance all of the things. I like to grow the food. I am not necessarily really great at selling the food all the time. I prefer to be on the tractor. So, as the farmer and the business owner, you just gotta bring in people who are a little bit better than you, or try to do everything yourself. Yeah, it's a little bit of all of it.
Any plans for buying more land, or expanding, doing anything different?
Yeah. At some point, we are going to build a new permanent farm stand. So it's going to be towards the front of the property. Again, we're building it's going to be a greenhouse structure temporarily while we make the plans for building a new permanent structure, and that will allow us to sell other items. Right now, we only sell our own vegetables, so we'll be able to bring in other products. And then we're always looking for more property to manage in Berkley. So we've slowly we're up kind of on the point on Bayview. So we're just kind of slowly moving towards, now we're up to Berkley Street on taking over property. And our main goal really is to act as a productive placeholder for land in Berkley. Keeping open space, and growing food locally is important, so people have ties to where they are. And I'm never going to feed all of Berkley. There's not enough land in Berkley for me to feed everyone in Berkley. But we can feed a portion of those people, or we can feed those people for a portion of time, and that is, I think that's quite important.
Right. I mean, locally grown food and especially organic is really important to have. And I feel bad for people that don't have access to that.
Yep. And we work with people to expand access. So some of our vegetables are sold into New Bedford, and they're distributed to the greater New Bedford area that direction. Also, I already mentioned that we do donate a fair amount of food too. So people who can't afford food can access it either through the food banks or through SNAP and HIP purchases. So we're trying to make it as best as we can accessible to everyone who wants it.
That's great. Anything else that we didn't touch on that you want people to know? We
are open and we have lots of the vegetables and we'd love to feed you. The barn has burnt down a few times. This property still, it's owned by the Houtsagers. Alex moved here with his family in 1943 maybe, or 42. And before they moved in, the barn had burnt down.
So you said you're open.
Yes.
So if I wanted to get some vegetables and I came down here, what would I do?
Well, the best place, because it's still winter and we don't have a lot, it would be just to go to our website, which is just heartbeetsfarm.com, and order online.
Oh.
So you could order something for pickup on Mondays, Fridays, or Saturdays.
Okay.
And then the actual farm stand will be open up hopefully on April 20th.
Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming.
Sure.
So usually, we have like half a cup of the seaweed in here just to give things like a little bit extra boost. Plus, there's also micronutrients in there that may not be in the actual potting soil. Mm-hmm. We have perlite. So that's just for aeration. So there's pore holes. So then when roots come down, it's not just a compact bit. Mm-hmm. And then those are parboiled rice hulls. So they just, again, they add like pore space for plants and just places for nutrients to go on.
Oh, wow.
That is amazing what you do.
So it is
nice.
rigid. So in a lot of nursery things, you might have these like really cheap plastic trays.
Yeah.
And I have so many scars from the cheap plastic trays like slicing me.
Oh, ouch.
They don't need carrying trays, and they also have better root channels on the inside. There's these little pieces right here. And the holes on the bottom are for air pruning. So when they go on to these tables, if there's air down here, it will encourage those roots to go back up.
Interesting.
So you get a nice root ball.
Oh, wow.
So
interesting.
they get filled here, and then they would get plopped on the table. You have a dibbler. Kind of line it up. You got all your holes made.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Put your seeds in.
Hey, that's a cool thing.
Yep. When you're doing 1,000+ flats. And then it'll end up going over here to this next table, if I can sneak behind you. This is the tray holder. So the dibble tray will end up in here. And then we have a vacuum, not for cleaning, but for seating.
For seeding.
Yep.
Oh, this is interesting. Let's see how this works.
These are just aluminum trays. And you can see they have pre-drilled holes in them.
Yeah.
So this is a 144 cell tray, 144 holes.
Uh-huh.
This would fit onto here. This would be my extra seeds would end up in this container here. So slowly just kind of fill up all those holes.
Yeah.
Looks like everyone is full.
Yep.
And I can go through and be like, oh, hey, there's 4 seeds here. I don't want that. There's 2 seeds here. I don't want that. And then it's still running.
Hold on.
And it still stays.
And then I break the vacuum.
And each one has a seed.
Each one was. It's going to be a little harder to see because,
Yeah.
like.
Wow.
So then the tray's done.